But see to it that you are not alarmed. Such things must happen, but the end is still to come. Okay? He explains to them now to say, you will hear of what? Rumors of wars. Okay? But the end has not yet come. So now, when we keep on asking us today, asking God, asking Jesus Christ, from the time he ascended down to heaven, it's been now over 2,000 years. We have not seen him coming in the cloud, in his glorious coming with his angels. So now our question should bring to say, for how long shall you, O Lord, keep holding and we do not see you coming? He says now, before coming, you will hear of what? Rumors of wars. Jesus, remember as he was explaining, he was someone who was able to see the future. So even when he was talking to say, you will hear of rumors of wars, he saw the situations even today. As he was explaining to the disciples, who are just human beings like us, he could see even the future. He saw a time that today which we hear to say, Israel is about to go on war with Iran. You will hear of rumors of wars. He saw a time that we see today, whenever we hear of the news to say, somewhere else maybe in Russia, the Security Council, the United Nations, they will be claiming to say maybe somewhere in Russia, or one of those countries, either China, Korea, there are nuclear weapons. They are just rumors. We have not proved. You will hear of what? Rumors of wars. But see to it that the end has not yet come. Until these things first should take place. He does not just end there. He also continues to say, nations will arise against nations. Jesus saw a time, in our time, that his coming would not come, the end would not come, not until German at some point would trouble the Jews. German at some point would attack France. And because of that, some nations in the West, they would drop the bombs of Hiroshima and Nagasaki on the eastern countries. Jesus saw a time in our history that at a certain point, the world would watch together and go for the First World War. That would not be enough. Jesus saw a time that the nations would watch into the war. We have heard of the Second World War. Jesus saw a time that America would attack Iraq, and we have seen these wars before. He saw beyond that even the time that America would attack Afghanistan, and in the end, all the region of what? The Arabic nations. Jesus saw a time that kingdoms would arise against kingdom. Not just kingdoms there, even tribes there, ethnic groups. Jesus saw a time that the Hutus in Rwanda would rise against the Tutsis. But see to it that the end has not yet come. Not until all these things should take place. Jesus saw a time that nations would arise against nations. Not just in wars, but even in the economic affairs. Jesus saw a time that nations would gather together and raise sanctions against countries like Russia. Jesus saw a time that nations would gather together and raise economic sanctions against countries. Nations would rise against nations. Amen?
Amen.
Jesus saw a time beyond. He goes further and explains to say, there will be famines and pestilences in various places. He saw a time that there would arrive a time that there will be dryness and less or no rainfall in regions like the Sub-Saharan. He saw a time that people would starve unto hunger. He saw a time that children would suffer from malnutrition. He saw saw beyond even unto the time that many people will be swept out by a disease so-called malaria. He saw a time that diseases like tuberculosis would be there in the world. He saw beyond that even a disease that the world still has got troubles today, the HIV and AIDS, would roam around the earth at such a point. So the disciples were just listening there, with their question to say, but when will these things come? And today, as we have to ask the Lord, for how long shall all these things pass? I'm sure we have seen these things happening in our lives. We have got our brothers and sisters somewhere in various countries. Maybe they have not been able to meet like us today. They are running somewhere because of war. Some are starving unto death. Some are asleep in hospitals because of diseases. Some are there in different refugee camps. But Jesus said, see to it that the end has not yet come, not until all these things should do what? Come. When we saw in the beginning there, the servants of the Lord would ask him, Habakkuk saw the violence at that time.